Hello dear. Today's presentation is about making wishes in English. Let's start. I hope you will benefit from this session. Do you notice I said I hope you will benefit from this session? Is it the same if I say I wish you would benefit from this session? Well, that's a very important point in our presentation. Let's see. How are hope and wish different? I hope that they will or they can help us. What do you infer when you hear this? On the contrary, I wish that they would or could help us. What do you infer from this? Hope and wish express different points of view about the present and future. Unlike common belief, hope and wish are not the same. Hope refers to real possibilities. When you say, I hope so and so, that means there is a big chance what I'm saying is going to happen. However, wish is used to express impossibility or improbability. That is, the speaker or writer wants reality to be different from what it is like. In addition, when you wish something, it is like you're telling the listener or the reader that deep inside you believe it will not happen. So, back to our examples. When you say, I hope that they will help us, deep inside, you know there is a big chance that they are able and they're willing to help us. So there is a big chance the action will happen. However, when you say, I wish that they would or could help us, deep inside, you know that they can't help you, or they are not able to help you, or they're not willing to help you. You know this, and you're making a wish. So when you use wish, it is that you want reality to be different from what it is like. You want a situation that's contrary to fact. Does the term contrary to fact remind you of any grammar area we've covered this year? Yes, conditional sentences, especially the unreal conditional sentences that are types 2 and 3. Let's see the relation. Turn the true statements into contrary to fact statements. So as you notice here, we have true statements. We want to change them to untrue situations. She will not tell me. This is the true situation. How would this become untrue? You know, the easiest way to change situations to their opposite is by adding not or taking away not. He isn't going to be here. Again, we have not in the true situation. To make it untrue, we cancel not. And in C, she can't come tomorrow. This is the true statement. The untrue statement will be she can come tomorrow. Now, as you notice, the first group, sentences A, B, and C, they are all true statements about the future. You know that we can express the future by using will, by using be going to, or sometimes by using modal verbs. Now, in the second group, I don't know French. This is the true statement. How would this be contrary to fact? I cancel not. But here you have to cancel do also, because as you know, when we change the present to the negative, we have to add do or does plus not. It is raining right now. This is the true situation. The contrary to fact would be it is not raining right now. I can't speak Japanese. This is the true statement. The contrary to fact is cancelled not, and it will be I can speak Japanese. As you notice, sentences D, E, and F are about the present. And finally, sentence G, John didn't come. This is the true statement. The contrary to fact or the untrue statement is you cancel not. Again, like in the simple present, when you cancel not, you have to cancel did with it because we added did to make it negative. Now, if we want to bring it back to the affirmative, we need to cancel did. So, she will not tell me will become she will tell me, he isn't going to be here will be he is going to be here, etc. Again, the first group is about future situations, the second is about present situations, and the third is about a past situation. Now, based on the difference between hope and wish, are these hopes or wishes? So we're talking about untrue situations. You know that hope is about a true situation. There is a big chance you want things to be as they are. However, as we said, the wish is you want the situation to be opposite to what it is like. So here, as you notice, the true statement, untrue statement. So what I want to say here is contrary to fact, so it is a wish. Can you state these contrary to fact situations using I wish? So can you say this, she will tell me? Can you say it starting with I wish? So I wish she will tell me. Let's see, does this work? So, if you want to state these, it would be I wish that she would tell me. I wish he were going to be here. I wish she could come tomorrow. These are wishes about the future. So what do you notice? Though we're talking about the future, but we're using would, were, and could, which are all past. Why? Simply because the wish is contrary to fact. So I'm using this special form of verb, which is using the past to express the future, because it is a wish, contrary to fact, like conditional type 2 sentences. So, a wish about the future uses would, were going to, or could. What about wishes about the present? So, I don't know French. We're going to say the situation contrary to fact, that is, I know French, but like a wish, it would be, I wish I knew French, I wish it were in training, I wish I could speak Japanese. Again, though the wishes are about the present, but we're using past verbs, knew, were in training, and could speak. In the same manner as that in the first group, we're using past verbs to express wishes about the present. Why? Simply because I'm stating a contrary to fact situation. Again, similar to what we used to do in conditional sentences. Finally, John didn't come. This is past, so we're going to make a wish about the past. Do you have any idea which conditional is similar to this? Conditional type 3. What did we use? Had come. Had plus past participle, which is the past perfect tense. So to make a wish about the past, we use the past perfect. Do you notice? Though here in the true statement, we're talking about the present, so we kept it without wish. But when we used wish, we are making the situation contrary to fact. That is unreal, which means we're going to change the verb tenses. Simply will becomes would, isn't becomes were, can't becomes could, and so on. Do you notice that here we said he were, which is weird a bit. But as we said before in conditional sentences, in this situation, when we're stating a contrary to fact situation, we're going to use were with all pronouns regardless of whether they are singular or plural. The same applies here. I wish it weren't raining. Usually we say it was or it wasn't. But since it is a wish, which is similar to conditional sentences of type 2, we're using were with all pronouns. So wish is followed by a noun clause. Past verb forms similar to those in conditional sentences are used in the noun clause. For example, in A, would, which is the past form of will, is used to make a wish about the future. In D, the simple past knew is used to make a wish about the present. In G, the past perfect had come is used to make a wish about the past. To summarize the lesson so far, mostly we use would to make a wish about the future, we use simple past to make a wish about the present, and we use past perfect to make a wish about the past. Okay, we often use unreal conditionals to express regret or sadness. In a similar way, we use wish plus noun clause to express sadness or a desire for different situations. I always told you as we were working on conditional sentences that the numbers, conditional 0, 1, 2, and 3, are just there to make it easier for you to differentiate between conditional sentences. However, the point is, in conditional sentences, they express certain meanings. Like conditional sentences of type 2, they're used to express like desires to have different situations, or sadness because you have a situation that you would really like to change to its opposite. In the same way, when you make a conditional sentence about the past, since you can't change the past actually, you express a regret. Similarly, wishes do the same thing. When you say, for example, I wish I had a better job, that means in reality, you don't like your job, it is not that good. And you wish to have a better one. You're sad you don't have a better one. The same thing applies to a conditional sentence. If I had a better job, that means the job I have is not that good. And for that reason, I'm sad and I really want to change it. Or I wish it were different. So in short, to make a wish about the future, you use wish plus would or could. For example, I wish you would change your mind about buying that house. I wish she could visit us. Without being told about the real situation, just hearing this kind of sentences, the wishes, you understand that the situation is different from what the sentence says. So you would change. You know that the situation is, I'm quite sure you will not change. Similarly, when you want to make a wish about the present, you use the simple past. It sounds weird to use the simple past to talk about the present. But again, because you're making a wish, you're stating a situation that's contrary to fact, you're using a different, sometimes weird verb form, which is past to talk about the present, past to talk about the future. For example, my wife wishes I helped her with the housework. So you understand directly that the speaker doesn't help his wife because I help is positive. Because it is a wish, that means the real situation is contrary. That means the real situation he doesn't help. I wish I lived in a big city. Again, since it is a wish about the present, that means the present situation is contrary to the wish. So you understand, I lived is positive, so the real situation you don't live. After all, it would be nonsense to make a wish about something you have. You wish for some things you don't have. In the same manner, to make a wish about the past, you use the past perfect. It is here when we talk about wishes as regrets. When you say, my son wishes he hadn't taken that job, it means, in fact, he took the job and he regrets that. I wish you had told me about the dance. That is, I really feel very sad you didn't tell me. I regret that. Again, be careful. Don't confuse wish and hope. You use wish to express regrets about things that are unlikely or impossible to change. So you wish about something that you don't have, something that didn't happen but you want it to happen, or something that happened but you want it not to happen. So contrary to fact. However, we use hope to express a desire about events that are possible. So when you hope something will happen, that means there is a big chance it will happen. When you wish something would happen, that means deep inside you know there is very, very little chance it would happen. Example, I wish she would accept my proposal. This way, you're making a wish. So you know that quite sure she's not going to accept it. However, when you say, I hope she will accept my proposal, that means deep inside you know a great chance exists that she will accept the proposal. Now, in grade 9, we really care for how to change a situation into a wish. It's very easy and very similar to conditional sentences. First of all, you need to check whether the real situation is present, future, or past. So you read the situation and you decide if it is future, if it is present, and if it is past. Since you're making a wish, so you have to change the situation into its opposite. How? Simply by adding not if the real situation is positive, affirmative I mean, or taking away not if it is negative. Finally, use the suitable verb tenses as it is shown in the following table. So after we decide on the timing of the wish, whether it is about the present, about the future, or the past, and we change the situation to its opposite, then we're going to use the suitable verb tenses as it is clear in the following table. When you want to make a wish about the future, then you're going to use would plus base form most of the time. A wish about the present, you use wish plus the simple past, and a wish about the past, you use wish plus past perfect. There is one thing you really need to keep in mind, which many students have trouble with, which is the past negative is did plus not plus the base form of the verb. You need to keep that in mind. Whenever you have a past situation that you need to make it negative, you have to use did plus not plus the base form. Now let's try to put together the most important points of our lesson so far. Hopes, present and future hopes are expressed by using present or future verbs or modal auxiliaries such as can in the dependent clause. So hopes have nothing to do with a different or a weird verb tense. Hopes about present are expressed using the present. Hopes about the future are expressed using the future. And of course, there are no hopes about the past. As for wishes, present and future wishes are expressed by using would, could, or the simple past tense. It's very important to note that in formal English, and again, we stress the term formal. When we talk about English for academic purposes, for school, we talk about formal English. Were is used for all forms of the verb. However, in informal English, that is like in everyday speech, in everyday conversations, in text messages, on social media, etc., you might use was, but still it is incorrect. Finally, the use of that is optional in these sentences. So you can say, I wish that she would arrive soon, or I wish she would arrive soon. So that is optional. You can use it. You can do it. As you know by now, grammar is taught in schools to make understanding clearer and easier. So the moment you hear a wish, you need to infer what the real situation is, what the speaker or writer feels, etc. So when you say, I wish they were here, you directly understand that the speaker means those he's talking about are not here. I wish they were coming, you know that in fact they're not coming, and so on. When you make wishes about the future, the same story goes on. I wish they were going to come. That means you're just sending the message that they're not coming. I wish they would come next week. It is clear that you mean they're not coming next week. Maybe you received some news that they're not coming, they changed their mind, but the most important thing to convey is that they're not coming. Similarly, wishes about the past express feelings or thoughts about actions that did not happen or happen, and the wishes are contrary to reality, and they basically express regrets about past events. The past perfect tense is normally used in the dependent clause. Well, let's see some examples about wishes about the past. First of all, we have the situation the workers went on a strike. So there was a strike. It is past. You're going to make a wish about the past, and your wish should be contrary to fact. So there was a strike. The wish would be about not having a strike. The wish is about the past, so we're going to use the past perfect, and the wish would be, I wish there hadn't been a strike, but in fact, there was a strike. Now, as I told you before, that is optional here, so it is perfectly right to say, I wish there hadn't been a strike. Let's look at the second example. The negotiators didn't agree. So again, didn't agree tell you we're going to make a wish about the past. But since it is a wish, we're going to change it to its opposite. So didn't agree becomes agree. And since it is a wish about the past, we're going to use the past perfect. So we wish that they had agreed. Now back to example 1, that is optional, so you can cross it out. One more thing about past wishes is we can also cancel agreed, which is the main verb, if the meaning is clear. So the negotiators didn't agree. We wish they had. So it is like saying we wish they had agreed. In most cases, had plus the past participle is used with past wishes. The past participle can be omitted if the meaning is clear. So here, if you cancel agreed, you can still understand the message perfectly. That is also optional. In all wishes, you can use that, you can do without it. Now, the coming information is mostly extra information. It's good to have an idea about these. If only has a meaning similar to that of wish. If only is followed by a noun clause without that. For example, I wish that I were good at sports. You can say it with if only I were good at sports. So if only I were good at sports has the exact meaning of I wish that I were good at sports. Another piece of information is use simple past after if only to express a wish about something that's contrary to fact at present. Example, if only we weren't so busy. That means I wish we weren't so busy. Then use the past perfect after if only to express a wish that something had happened differently in the past. So if only I hadn't said that is exactly the same as I wish I hadn't said that. Be careful. Don't confuse if only with only if. If only means I wish. So if you say if only Jerry studied more, it means I wish Jerry studied more. However, only if is similar to if. So it is stating a condition. In this example, for Jerry to have a chance of passing, the condition is he studied more. One more thing about wishes is we can use wish plus would if we are annoyed about something that is or that is not happening, or about something that will or will not happen. For example, I wish you'd stop making so much noise. That means now or in the very near future, please stop making noise. You're annoying me. So you're making a noise. It would be better if you didn't. So please stop. Now is the time for practice. In exercise A, you need to fill in the blanks using the suitable form of the given verb. They're all wishes, so pay attention. In exercise B, it is like a revision of wishes and conditional sentences. So you have to choose the correct choice that fills in the blank. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it.